Hi everyone, I'm Johnny, the owner of Transparency Cleaning Services, and today we're cleaning some Indian sandstone, and we wanted to walk through the process so you know exactly how we do it. So it takes a bit of care with this sort of stone. It's quite a delicate, hard surface, so we're going to use a bit of pressure, a bit of chemicals, and then a bit of treatment at the end to just get off any black spots that don't come off, because there's a fine line between cleaning something and completely destroying it, especially the pointing, which we're going to go into in a sec, because a lot of people are now starting to use this mixed resin, sandy, pasty stuff that they're just mixing with water and brushing in, and we're trying to highlight that if you're going to do this, you want to be compacting it, you want to be doing it in the right weather conditions, you don't want the joints too wide, otherwise you get stuff like this that we're going to get into. So as you can see over time, that moss starts to grow in these joints, and we've got to be extremely careful when we come to cleaning this. There's no good just coming in with a really powerful jet and blowing all these joints out and causing problems. So we're going to gently use a big old surface cleaner, which will basically, it's got two wide jets on it, which will spread out the pressure and bring this patio up nice and clean without blowing out all these joints, but also removing all the moss and debris that's starting to build up in these joints. A lot of companies use turbo nozzles, which we do as well, but if you put turbo on this granulated pointing, it will just blow it out and you'll just have basically sand everywhere with loads of holes in the joints. So this is our 200 bar 21 litres per minute machine. She is an absolute weapon, but she drinks a lot of water, and you heard me right, 21 litres a minute. So we kindly ask customers when we are pressure washing for them to, not use the washing machine, not use the dishwasher, because we need that tap pressure as much as possible to feed this beast. On this occasion though, we won't be using the full 200 bars, so we'll turn it down quite a bit with the surface cleaner so we're not tearing up those joints, because that's important. You would usually use the 200 bar for like block paving, stuff like that, because the joints need blasting out. You need to get all the weeds out, all the sand, so you can then put nice dry kiln sand in there. But like I say, on this occasion we don't need it, so revs will be going down, pressure will be going down, and yeah, see how we go. And once we're done, I'm going to put down the instant cleaner, which will just get rid of as many black spots as possible, because you don't want to just be jetting it. So we'll see how many are left when we've finished using the surface cleaner, but hopefully I'm hoping there's not going to be many, but it has been some time since this has been cleaned, so we'll see how we go. So on these particular joints, all here, they are full of moss. Now if you go at this with a turbo, all these joints are going to come out because they're completely compromised by the moss. However, using the surface cleaner, we're going to find out just how gentle it actually is, but yet effective at removing moss without destroying all the pointing. Yeah, you will lose a tiny bit, but compared to what you would what you would lose using a turbojet, it's so much better. It's a much cleaner finish. The black spots are being a bit stubborn, however, because you do lose that pinpointed pressure using a surface cleaner. But like I say, we're going to use the treatment on that and get that off as much as possible, then whack down the slow burner, which is the biocide, and by the end of it, it'll come up nice and clean. We've gone over it with a surface cleaner, as you can see. Majority of that colour's been lifted, but we've still got black spots remaining, and you can see how well the pointing is pretty much held up using the surface cleaner. So this was completely matted with moss, and they're still holding on. You've got some vulnerable areas that have lost it, but if you use the turbo, that would have completely obliterated it. Here's a great example of how fragile the surface cleaner is compared to the turbo. You can see that's literally clinging on that pointing. but it's still just intact. Yeah, so now we're done with the surface cleaning. We're going to get down some of our instant clean solution, which is just going to lift as many of those black spots off as possible, because we don't want to be blasting that any more than we need to. It does actually age it by 5 years, believe it or not. Pressure washing again and again and again will just completely wear it out. So we try and encourage customers, once we've pressure washed today, to try maybe 6 to 9 months, just get a biocide treatment, and that just suppresses the algae all year round. You don't have to keep blasting it, and that's just, yeah, the best method moving forward to keep this patio clean. Yeah, so as you can see, it has annihilated those black spots. It's done really well. There's some areas where it's going to be stubborn, so we're going to do the edges with a turbojet and then go over them, just give them one more treatment, and then if that doesn't work, we'll put the biocide down, and then that will just finish them off over the next few weeks. And there we have it. Voila. So that's after cleaning it with a surface cleaner, shoving down the instant cleaning solution, bit of biocide, and it's come up absolutely amazing. I was quite surprised on this one because I thought there'd be a little bit of spotting left over, but every last inch has come off, which is fantastic. Yeah, so now this has been done, we recommend calling us in every 6 to 9 months just to put down a biocide treatment, and that's going to keep this looking brand new all year round. So we want to minimise that algae coming back, that moss growing in the joints, and the best way to do that is the biocide treatment. We prompt customers to send us an email when you start to see that green, light green tinge start showing up on the patio. So as long as you get it as soon as possible, it doesn't need pressure washing again. But if it is left a bit too long, it's not the end of the world, but we're still going to have to pressure wash it, because if we just soft wash it, it leaves a grey residue, so we don't want that happening. So if it is left a bit too long, yeah, it'll need pressure washing. But we'll make the judgment when you send us some photos, see how it's looking, and then go from there. But yeah, thanks for your time, really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.